GSM, CDMA and DAMPS are considered as what? First digital cellular system, and it was established in the year 1990. Router will going to improve or in order to enhance the efficiency of a signal. It will strengthen or amplifies the signal. 5G stands for fifth generation mobile technology, and this 5G has changed the meaning of using cell phones. So mainly we all need to connect with the real world. Hello everybody, welcome back to the 7th session on Chapter 15 Networking Concepts. I am Rohini TS lecturer, Department of Computer Science, Vidhyaashram Pre-University College, Temple of Excellence, Mysuru. In the previous session of this chapter, we had discussed regarding the wireless and mobile computing, isn't it? So we got to know that what do you mean by wireless computing or what do you mean by wireless communications, and also we have discussed regarding the mobile computing. So under that we have discussed GSM, SIM, CDMA, WLL, and also we have learnt regarding a GPRS, and this GPRS has been evolved as G, that means generation. So in our today's session we will be continuing with this wireless and mobile computing that includes 1G, 2G, 3G, 4G, even the edge technology, along with a 5G which will be of artificial intelligence and neural network. So and also in our today's session we will be learning with applications in networking. So what are the applications we can get, like in which field I can use all these applications, how can I get the benefits, everything that I am going to discuss in our today's session. We'll see the first one, that is, as I told, when it comes to the wireless and mobile computing, we are all fond of G, isn't it? So that means we will all looking for high data speed, and we will looking for the fast internet access. So if you consider the olden days, it has been evolved from one era to another era. That means they have started updating the contents, they have started updating the data rate, and from analog signal to digital signals, everything has been changed from generation to generation. So that here G specify generation. So if I say 1G, that is what? It is related to first generation network. So in this, you have to consider whether does it contain any analog signals or only we can transfer what voice, can I share images, videos, can I have a real-time accessing for the video. So all those features we have to think. So when it comes to the 1G, so at that time NMT and CNETs, AMPS, TACS are considered to be the first analog cellular systems, which is the first analog cellular systems here. So these are the examples or these are the devices which comes under this analog cellular system. So that which started in the early 1980s. So in the year of 1980s early, at that time this 1G or a first generation network has been started. So that 1G networks are conceived and designed purely for voice call. So there is no animation, there is no transfer of data and information. Mainly it has been meant only for the voice call. So with almost no consideration of data services, we were not able to transmit the data, I can't do the messaging, we can't share any of the data and information. Mainly we can only talk, that is related to have a voice call. When it comes to the 2G, that is second generation. At that time we got GSM, CDMA, DAMPS or the first digital cellular system launched early 1990. So here all we have a decades of gaps in order to evolve from one generation to another generation. So here if I say 2G, and that also includes 2.5 and also 2.75G. So if it is 2.5, that includes a signal like G. So if we have observed, like if your parents observed in that generation, it will going to indicate the network in the form of G. So next it has been evolved to E. So that is 2.75. It is based on the edge technology. So here GSM, CDMA and DAMPS are considered as what? First digital cellular system, and it was established in the year 1990, and also it offering improved sound quality. So if you consider the first generation, there might be a chances of having a lot of differences over the voice call. But when it comes to the second generation, at that time they had a very good sound quality, along with that better security and higher data or total capacity of transferring a sound or having a voice call. That has been happened in the second generation, and this GSM supports circuit switch data, allowing users to place dial-up data digital calls. So there is no crosstalk, there is no misusage of the data, there will be more confidentiality when we have the circuit switch data. So probably we wouldn't have this circuit switch data in the first generation, but when it comes to the second generation or a 2G network, at the time we had this GSM. That GSM has supported this circuit switch data. When there is a circuit switching in the network, at that time there will be a individual or a point-to-point connection from one computer to another computer system that ensures the secure transfer of data and information over this dial-up data signal calls. So that is regarding 2G network. So next we have a 3G. Smart mobile phones, everything has been evolved in the third generation. That is what 3G. And you have to understand one thing. So when we are evolving from one generation to another generation, at that time it has to give more efficient and accurate kind of operations. So when it comes to the first generation, we were having only voice call, no data transmissions over there. When it comes to the second generation, the activity or what quality of that audio calls has been improved, and we can see that with the help of this GSM, we can have a dedicated channel for the dial-ups. And also when it comes to the 3G or a third generation, at the time it will going to improve or increase the bandwidth. The data transferring speed will going to be high than those two generations. So that this 3G promises the increased bandwidth up to 384 kbps when a device is stationary or moving at a pedestrian speed. So you should not you should not run. So it has to be in the pedestrian speed. So if you are moving like that, at that time the speed of that data rate or exchange of data will going to be up to 384 kbps. So here also we have a 3.5 and 3.75 version under this 3G network. And also we'll see the fourth generation. So now we are all living in this fourth generation. It mainly based on the requirements for seamless interaction between the network. The data rate will be very high than the previous three, and we can have a live video call or we can have a reality check. Everything we can get it with the help of this 4G. So when it comes to the 4G, it has several characteristics. What are those? It supports for multiple applications and services. For example, if you were in first generation, that is what dedicated channel will be there. If you consider first and second generation, all those they were using dial-ups. So we have to talk or we can't send some of the data and information. So that is what only related to voice call. But when we have this 4G, this is allowing us to use or support the multiple applications at a time and services it is providing. And also we can have a quality of service. If you consider any of the applications or if you consider any of the software, the quality of the service will be very high. That can be related to bandwidth or that can also be related to its data rate. And also network detection and network selection. So you should not only rely on particular network service. So you have multiple network selection, or you can detect whatever the network types we have. Out of that, based on our requirement, we can select the network. So this is what the characteristics of this 4G. So now when it comes to the 5G, it will be the next generation. So now we are all in the 4G and they are working for the 5th generation. So G stands for generation here. When it comes to the 5G, at the time everything needs to be wireless. So their main concentration is regarding what? Wireless, and it should be automatic. It should not include any human intervention to do the operations, and it needs to be based on the neural network and artificial intelligence, pattern recognition. They are processing based on the image processing technology. All those technology they are integrating in order to have a seamless technology. Here 5G stands for 5th generation mobile technology, and this 5G has changed the meaning of using cell phones. So mainly we all need to connect with the real world. So already you got to know regarding virtual reality, that is 3D. So all the things needs to be automated only when we have this 5G. That is also possible here. This 5G includes all the types of advanced features. So it will going to improve the efficiency of this 5G, and it will become the most powerful and efficient tool for the future generation. And also this 5G includes some of the key concept. So it includes real wireless world. So no need to have any cables, no need do any of the trenching of holes and all. So it mainly concentrate on the wireless world, and also wearable devices with artificial intelligence capabilities. They are mainly focusing on the artificial intelligence. Computer has to think on its own, so it has to be automated. So they were thinking about bringing this artificial intelligence capacity in order to improve the usage of this 5G, and also internet protocol version 6. So now we are dealing with IPv4. So when we got this IPv6, at that time data rate will going to be double and bandwidth also going to be increased. So we are going to get more features than whatever we have right now, and also one unified global standard. So when the 5G becomes standard, everybody will going to have this wireless world. And also universal network providing universal computing. So everything will going to be available with advanced features. So these are the concepts which we can expect out of this 5G. And also we have several features with respect to this 5G that include high resolution. So the quality will be very high. So like when we have more data speed, at the time the resolution also will be high and attractive and effective. Everything is user friendly, so that it will be more attractive and it will be effective. Then fast action and solution. If something goes wrong, it will not going to take much time in order to resolve that. Everything we already got to know, we have a solution for everything. So it will be fast action as well as solutions, and it will avoid the errors, because if we get to know what is happening, then there will be a chances of minimizing all those errors, so that it will avoid the errors. And if it is avoiding the error, then there will be a consistency as well as accuracy. Then virtual private network. You can have your own virtual private network. You can build a dedicated channel between that, and crosstalk will not going to take place. Whatever you wanted to do with a network, everything can be virtualized here. And also it improves or enhances the availability as well as the available connectivity. So these are the features we can expect out of this 5G network, which will coming in the next generation. We'll see the next one, that is edge. So what do you mean by edge here? The enhanced data rates for global evolution. So mainly in order to improve the efficiency, or in order to match the bandwidth of this third generation needs, we got this edge. So that it is a radio based higher speed mobile data standards. So in order to convince, or in order to meet the need of this 3G network, this edge has been evolved, and this allows the data transmission speed of 384 kbps, which is we already had in the third generation. So that it is also called as what? GSM 384, because it allows the data transmission at the speed of 384 kbps, and also the maximum bitrate of 48 kbps per time slot. These many benefits we can get out of this edge technology, and it will be considered as a intermediate step in the evolution of 3G WCDMA. So all these will be points which comes under this edge. Mainly it will going to act as a air interface in order to meet the bandwidth of this third generation. So next we'll see what are the applications we have in network. So if I say SMS, then I don't left out with any of the concepts. Like if I say SMS, everything is known to you. What is the acronym for this SMS? That is short message service. So here we are going to transmit the data and information, which will be alphabets, numerics, or any of the combination of those two. But when we are considering this SMS, at that time it should not be no longer than some fixed numbers of alphanumeric characters and contain no images or graphics. So we can only send the text kind of data. So it can include only text messages from one mobile phone to another mobile phone. So when we are sharing a text message from one mobile to another mobile, then that will be considered as a short message service. It should not be longer than the specified or a fixed number of alphanumeric character. And when we are sending this SMS, we can't send any of the images or graphics. So then chat. So chat can be either of over text or a call. So chatting in the sense what? Exchanging of a data and information, or having a connection over the text or with a mobile calls. That is what? Chat. So in order to have this chat, we can do the telephone calls, like that includes people will going to react, people will respond back, and we are going to have use most of the application software in order to get the benefit of this chatting. Like somehow it is a fantastic and somehow it is what funny things in order to do the chats. So you're all most fond of this chatting. And also next what we have here, Wi-Fi. So what is the abbreviation of Wi-Fi here? That is wireless fidelity. So when I have this Wi-Fi, then there is no need of having a physical connection between or a direct link from your computer or a PC to the ISP. So without having any wired connection or without establishing any cable connection between the computer or ISP, you can access this wireless fidelity. That is what wireless fidelity, that is Wi-Fi, which lets you connect to the internet without direct line from your PC to ISP. No need to have any physical wired communication between the PC or a computer to the ISP, though we can get the internet with the help of this Wi-Fi. Then if you wanted to have a Wi-Fi, if I wanted to access the content of an internet, then what this Wi-Fi should need, like what are the accessories it requires? So it requires a broadband internet connection. For example, if I wanted to access the content of an internet, then it is necessity to have this internet connection, and also we require this wireless router. So why we need to have this router? So that router will going to improve or in order to enhance the efficiency of a signal. It will strengthen or amplifies the signal. For that purpose we require this wireless router, so which mainly relies on the internet connection from the wall to PC. And also we require laptop or desktop. For example, if I wanted to access the content, I require a browser. Where it will going to be located? It will be in the application software form. So it has to be in the laptop or a desktop or any of the computer with a wireless intercard or external wireless adapter. So these are the gadgets that I require if I wanted to have a Wi-Fi for my use. So this is regarding Wi-Fi. So and we can also have Li-Fi, that is related to light fidelity. That means they are going to generate the signal or data transmission can be takes place with the help of LED signals. That is under developing now. We'll see the next one, that is Wi-Fi hotspot. For example, if you wanted to use someone's private network, then you must turn on the hotspots, right? So hotspot is a venue that offers Wi-Fi access. So with the help of this, you can access the Wi-Fi. So this hotspot is a place, so where you can access the private network of others, that it will going to offers the Wi-Fi access. The public can use a laptop, Wi-Fi phone or other suitable portable devices to access the internet through this Wi-Fi hotspot. So if we have this Wi-Fi hotspot, then with the help of this, we can access the internet. So that hotspots are public locations with free or fee-based wireless internet access. So accessing of the Wi-Fi can be either charged one or it can be free. So if you know the password or your credential, then you can use for the free purpose. So this is regarding hotspot. So next also we have YMAX. So as we all know that Y in the sense what? Wireless. So here Max in the sense it's a wireless digital communication system. So why we are going to use this? So this is also provides a broadband wireless access. So for example, it can be either stationary or can be mobile. That I meant it can be fixed somewhere else or it can be used like a mobile phones or a mobile station. So as ever we have a tower for cell phone, in the same way we can have this tower or a base station. So if it is in the base station, it can provide a broadband up to 30 miles. So if we have this WiMAX tower or a base station, at the time it provides a broadband connections or a wireless access up to 30 miles for the fixed stations. And if it is mobile station, if we are moving this Wi-Fi, at the time it will provide the broadband up to 3 to 10 miles. So in order to have this WiMAX, and we also require this tower called WiMAX base station. If it is a base station or which is fixed, then it gives the broadband up to 30 miles, and if it is mobile station, it will be up to 3 to 10 miles. How can I get a internet access with the help of this WiMAX? So when we are having this base station, that base station will going to be connected to the internet. That too by making use of some of the standard wire which is of having high speed connection. So then I can access the content of internet with the help of this WiMAX. That is WiMAX, that is wireless digital communication system. It's regarding what? Applications in the networking. It's all about today's session. Let me meet you in the next session. Until that, keep learning, keep on growing. Thank you.